So I had a request in one of my videos about my hernia operation. Let's read what this guy has to say. You had hernia surgery. Can you please tell us how it went and how you began training again? Because I had umbilical hernia. I really want to ask your experience. Okay, so I'll give you a bit of my experience, how it went, and my recovery, and how I started training again after my hernia operation. So you see, what happens is, what a lot of people do is they try to jump right back into training after hernia surgery, which is the wrong thing to do. A lot of people rush the process, and then what happens is you just end up ruining your operation. So today I'm gonna be going over how I started training again without ruining my operation. Just a quick background on how the hernia happened and how the operation went. So I think it was in 2021 I found out I had a hernia. 2021 or 22, could be wrong. So anyway, I was doing the ab wheel, you know, the ab roller. I wasn't even lifting heavy weights. I was doing the ab wheel, and then I noticed a pop, and then I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, hey, you know what, whatever, normal muscle pain. So when I got home, I flexed my core as hard as I could, and I could notice it was growing and growing and growing, and then that scared me. So now, you know, when these things happen, now you start googling, going on Google, what is this? And also I saw one of the searches popped up of it. It said hernia. You have a hernia, most likely have a hernia. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor diagnosed me. It said, no, you have an inguinal hernia. He advised me not to go to training again, because if I do any weights, it'll just tear more. So I went to the hospital. I kept on trying to get a date for my operation, and they just kept on postponing. So eventually I gave up on that. I thought, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna try and live with it. So I thought to myself, hey, if I can go back to the gym and then at least do some light weights, at least I can be making some progress in the gym, you know, without compromising myself. And that was a big mistake, because all that happened was the hole saw even bigger. And for those of you that don't know, I am a lifesaver. That's my job. I'm a pool supervisor. So every year we go for fitness tests. So while I was swimming, that's while I was doing the test, on the day of my test, I was pushing myself in the water. Those of you that see my lives, you know that I do a lot of swimming. I was pushing myself on that day, and then when I was done with it, I actually failed the test because of the hernia. But anyway, as I jumped out the water, I collapsed back, and then I was looking up at the sky, and I could feel my vision was going. So I sat up. I tried to shake it off, and I tried to move I remember trying to move my legs, and for some reason it paralyzed me. I tried to move my legs, nothing. Eventually I started using my hands now to move my legs. Nobody even knew that I needed help. There were so many people around on the day of the test, but nobody knew that I needed help. Everyone was doing their own thing, focused on their own thing. So eventually I managed to get myself to stand up, and I just left the arena. I jumped into my car, and I drove home, still feeling a bit dizzy. So that's when I knew, now I have to go to the hospital now. So a few days after that, I went to the hospital. This was last year, by the way, 2025, July, the 5th of July, this happened to me. And a few days later, on the 9th of July 2025, I got admitted into the hospital for emergency operation, and then on the 10th they operated on me. And then after that I couldn't walk. The operation was successful. You could see the team that worked on me, they were very switched on, and I couldn't walk for a couple of days. Eventually I had to teach myself how to walk again, and I had to even teach myself how to talk, because now it even affected my speech, because now something in you feels like it's shaken in you. So I would struggle to form sentences while I'm talking. So eventually I came right quick. It's like starting again from a baby, but starting from a baby till an adult within 2 weeks, because the healing was very, very quick. That was just for me to gain normal functionality again, like walking, talking, doing things around the house, stuff of that nature. But now let's get back to the training aspect now. The training, the doctor always tells you that you should take 6 to 8 weeks to heal before you even consider going back to the gym. So I gave myself about 3 months. And then when I got back to training, what I done was I started doing light things first. I was avoiding anything that was involving core workouts, anything that tenses the abdomen, anything that's to do with bent over like deadlifts and rows and squats. I stayed away from those things. I would go to the gym, do light weights, maybe biceps, triceps, shoulders, but just body weight stuff in general, normal lunges I could do, I remember. So I was doing that there. Within the 3rd month I started again. I would do nothing that's hanging. Anything that's hanging stretches the hernia, you see. So anything that like pull-ups, you can't do pull-ups when you have a hernia repair. And what happened is the doctor gave me a choice. They said we can either do open surgery on you or we can do laparoscopic surgery. So laparoscopic surgery is they make small incisions on you, and then what they do is, they made 3 incisions. And then they take the mesh, and one hole is for the camera and another hole is for the instruments that they use, and then they inflate your body with CO2 so that they can see what they're doing. And then they push the hernia through the mesh through one of the holes, and then they stitch you up from the inside, and then they pull the instruments out and then they stitch you back up. See, that's called laparoscopic hernia repair. So I chose that one because I needed to complete my fitness test so that I can carry on working. So they said that kind of surgery would give me the best chance of recovery versus open surgery. They say open surgery is a lot worse than laparoscopic. So when I'm training, I still feel like an irritation. It's been, I think it's not even a year. Last year July till now is, can say 8 months. I'm only 8 months in after my surgery. I'm completely healed. There's no bulge sticking out. I don't feel no irritation. Well, now and again when I'm working out, I just feel a mild irritation, but it's nothing. You really want to listen to the doctors when they tell you don't go to the gym and lift heavy things. When my hernia tore bigger and then I ended up back in hospital, the doctors told me straight, didn't we tell you not to go back to the gym? You thought we were joking. Now look where you are. So don't ever think that you're smart. Don't ever think you can go back and you can do light weights when you can't. Listen to the doctors. Take your recovery as needed and you will be fine. The operation itself is nothing. For me, when they put me under anesthetic, the whole operation felt like 1 minute. See, I'm dead serious. It felt like 1 minute. I closed my eyes, I opened my eyes, and it was done. But for the doctors, they were operating on me over an hour. So just recover. That CO2 that they pump in your body still needs to come back out your body. So you have to give that time. Like you feel the CO2 moving around, like especially when you're sleeping, but it comes out naturally. Like you'll feel like it in your lungs, you'll feel it, it'll be floating around in your body, like the remnants, the leftover CO2, because some of it gets trapped in your body once they stitch you back up. But eventually over time, as you eat, as you go to the toilet, all that, it just naturally comes back out your body. But it really shakes you to your core, the operation. The recovery is the worst part of the whole experience. But I got through it. And now I'm not fully 100% back in the gym like what I was before. That's not because I can't, but because of other things, other challenges I'm going through. From that time till now, things have been really a bit hectic. But that's the whole thing about life. These things happen. Life will always throw any kind of curveball at you. It's just life testing you. You see, testing your heart, testing your resilience. And and I'm grateful to go through all these experiences, because now I know what not to do. You see. So a lot of good and bad things happened this year. Since I was out of hospital, I've been on my YouTube posting one way. A lot of good things has been happening. I'm now sponsored. Well, I landed a sponsorship by HTLT supplements. You can check the link in the description. Use code Goliath, 15% off. I'm also running online coaching. That's also in the link in the description. And I'm also working on an ebook for you guys. So that will be released maybe next week. So guys, let's listen to your doctors. It's difficult. Like everyone who trains, well, most people that train get hernias. It's part of the process. It's part of the journey, and to go through it, it's part of the game, So just take care of yourself. Make sure you're safe. If you have a hernia, go get it sorted out. The hernia almost unalived me. It almost unalived me, but I'm getting back up, getting back on my feet. Keep on showing up. Anyway, if you like this video, hit the like, hit the sub. Let me know what else you want me to share. I go live almost every day, not every day, but almost every day. You can check my lives out. And I'll see you guys next time.